Lifetime in repeat.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the first video since we moved to the new house. I'm super excited about this. It's been ages since I've done a video like this, so it's about time to get started. First of all, before we begin, I just want to thank you for all your support on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything like that. You guys are, huge. We're growing every day and it's amazing. So I just can't thank you enough, and keep doing what you're doing and I keep doing what I'm doing. Simples. So let's get straight into it. This video is all about annoying people at the cinema.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So we all go to cinema sometimes, and no matter how many people are there, it could just be you and one other person, as in, lonely like me, or a huge amount of people. There's always going to be people that are annoying you at the cinema, and that are always going to be out to just ruin your day completely.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So I thought I would make a little list about some of the people that I've experienced, and hopefully some of you guys can relate, and we can cry together. So without further ado, let's get straight into the first person, which is the farter. And it's always a quiet fart, it's never a loud one. It's always a quiet one, and you're just like in the middle of the movie, suddenly this huge waft will just come over you, just completely melt your eyebrows, suddenly your popcorn is tasting like toxic waste or something, just completely. And it's always the guy that's like looking around trying to pretend that he smelt it, but he's trying to figure out who it is. It's always that guy. So if you see him in the cinema, sit as far away as possible, because he's about to, shart on your face is probably the best thing you could wish for. Not really, but The next person is the loud eater. So there's you get popcorn and nachos and chocolate, and it's cool just to eat it. But then you got the people, it's like a service wash, it's all going around in their mouth, you're just following a piece of popcorn and going around in their mouth oh, help me please, crazy. And gets to the point sometimes that it's they just sit either right behind you, especially if it's 3D and it's surround sound, it's like behind you, and it's huge, crunching, smashing pavement or something like that. And you just can't hear the film. The soundtrack is just the chewing of popcorn for 1 hour. Brilliant. The next person is the phone looker. So literally when you're in a cinema, don't look on your phone. It's pretty much that simple. You're in a dark place, the only light is the screen. So when you put your phone on, everyone is going to turn around. Everyone's going to hate you. Everyone's not going to be your friend. And not everyone's going to like you, pretty much. It doesn't matter how bad that text is. Doesn't matter how bad that phone call is, that you've been waiting for. Just take it outside, because honestly, I've sat behind people when they've got their phone and it blinds you. You're like, whoa. It's like 4D is just killing your eyes. Great. The fat head. We literally had a time where me and my friend went to cinema, and there was just two of us and no one else. And along comes in, there's literally 200 seats free. This guy with the hugest head I've ever seen, like a watermelon, just sits right in front of us, and we literally cannot see the screen. We can see someone's hand on the screen, but you can't see the main of it. So it's literally a head with some hands waving about, and it was really weird. But he had they normally happens when it's only 5 people in the cinema, and there's the whole row in front of your row is completely free, and they choose the seat that's in front of you just to annoy you, because they know the size of their head is just having its own gravitational pull, pretty much. The next person is the screamer, especially at horror films, or the jumper. They tend to make you jump or more scared than the actual film itself. There might be a jump scare, bang, and the popcorn goes everywhere, the lid goes off the top of the drink goes on the person behind you, bloody police running in, riot, everything, crazy. There's always they're so on the edge the whole film, shaking, and any little jump or change in noise, they're oh, and whatever they're holding, it could be their phone, it could be you, it could be popcorn, it could be anything, and it just literally goes, and it's not coming back, and it usually just goes all over you, pretty much. So this person happens anywhere in customer service. You've always got that one annoyed person who's triggered over the smallest thing and just wants to speak to the manager. Now don't get me wrong, speaking to managers can solve so much stuff in life, especially when the person you're talking to has about the intelligence of a paperclip. But that doesn't mean you always have to get a manager. We literally saw someone sometime, they didn't put the popcorn was just put in, and then she was oh, it's too hot. It's it's you moan if it's cold, moan if it's hot. So she's oh, it's too hot, And so the guy was like, well, what do you want us to do? You could like totally just leave it there, it will cool down, and you can have it much like a normal meal. She's like, oh no, I want to speak to the manager. And she gave the manager like the hardest time, and me and my friend would just look at each other like, yeah, if we ever get like that, just, you know, just take the bullet. That's really dark. The Snorer. Literally, some people just not be in films that they don't want to see. You know, it's normally like the boyfriend is dragged to watch a chick flick and would just fall asleep. You know, nothing wrong with falling asleep, but try and make it look cool. Don't be like, you know, just completely passed out on the side. You know, every suddenly is like this big suspenseful moment, and then as the jump scares come on, all you hear is, you know, just completely ruins the moment. Unbelievable. So, have you ever came out the cinema and seen light? Well, it's not good for your eyes. Literally, you're in a dark room the whole time and you walk out the cinema and it's like someone's just shined a laser into your eyes and your eyes never coming back from that. It's all bad from there. Downward. You know, that sunlight is just melting you. You're like, oh, this is how a vampire feels, and suddenly you question everything in life and just collapse. The next person is the stander. This person is like the toilet champion, you know, he's on a toilet break marathon. Just stand up, you know, sometimes you just stand up to stretch his legs and it's right in front of you. It's like some weird lap dance, but you never get any of it. Like, and normally it's some like crusty old man, so you don't even want any of that in the first place. Yeah, some like crusty old man stretching his leg. Don't get me wrong, just buy a bigger seat. You know, those premier seats you can get much more leg room. He's having a good time. You can actually see the film, and you don't have to chuck your bucket of popcorn over him to get him to sit down. Wrecked.
Now that's a lot of damage.
And the 3D touch-up, which is always those little kids. It's kind of cute at first, but when it's happening to you at the entire film, it gets annoying. What I'm talking about here is, you know, 3D, and when kids go to see 3D, they're like, oh wow, I can touch it. Or pretty much me with my friends, and we're like really dorky like that. But you know, I've experienced people that are like the whole time like, oh look, I couldn't touch it. Yeah. It's kind of annoying because, you know, now you're watching the film, everything is coming up towards you, and then suddenly the hand is like, just grabbing you. Yeah, really weird. So I want to thank you guys for giving me some ideas for this video on Instagram. I've had a couple people message me with some ideas, mainly one person. Huge shout out to you. You know who you are, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say your name because you get triggered, but you know who you are if you're watching this video. Thank you for all the help with the cinema video, and yeah, it's just been a pleasure to be back. It's good to start with a bang, and if you know any ones that I've missed, then I want you to let me down in the comments below what I've missed, and as well let me know ones that you've experienced yourself. I'd love to hear that. And until next Monday, not Sunday, I said that last week, have a great week. Peace out.